With an insane 75 operators in Rainbow Six Siege, you need to know how to play all of them. So in today's video, I'll be giving you the best solo queue strats for every operator right now. First up on defense, let's talk about Smoke. The best solo queue strat as Smoke is in Elbow on Oregon. As Smoke, it's pretty default for people to put a shield right here. And as Smoke, if they're trying to rush you through barrels, which a lot of people do, you can easily throw a smoke grenade down and explode it. It also works for backside pushes too. Because of the area that you're naturally playing in, you can deny people who are trying to open the freezer wall. You can also optionally make a high hole right here to throw your smoke grenades into laundry just like that, to delay anybody trying to push the laundry side, maybe really quickly in the round. You have holes here to deny pillar. You can also deny anybody trying to walk into the box from the hatch drop right here. There's just a lot of options with Smoke, and he's very dynamic on the site, which is why this is the best solo queue strat for Smoke. Moving on to his SAS counterpart, let's talk about Mute. For this strat, you'll be playing top floor cafe. The first thing you want to do when you spawn in is start making holes for your team. Make one in the bar right here. Make one for the default trash plant right here. And if your teammates haven't done it, you can also make the rotate into bathroom, the rotate to top white right here, and then the rotate into cocktail. In terms of actual Mute jammers, your first one is going to go for the new hatch just like this. This is because as Mute, you're going to be playing inside of the cigar box, so you don't want them to be able to drone behind you from the new hatch. Because you're playing in the cigar box, put a Mute jammer inside of the cigar box right here. If they try to Deimos track you, Dokkaebi call you, lion scan you, whatever, you have a Mute jammer here that can protect you. Also, put a hole here. This will allow you to one pump shotgun anybody that drops the hatch, and you can also nitro cell and finish them off in case you downed them and didn't actually kill them. Your final two Mute jammers, the first one is going to go next to this cigar shelf. With this Mute jammer and the other Mute jammer combined, they can't drone this hallway. And then with these two walls reinforced and a Mute jammer on the far left side right here, they can't open up the wall either. So you've kept the wall closed, you made it to where they can't drone, and you have a free shotgun nitro cell combo right here that can easily get you some kills, which is why this is the best Mute strat. The best castle strat though is for top floor bank. The first castle barricade is going to go on the leftmost single window just like this. The second castle barricade will go on the leftmost double window right here. With these two castles combined, it makes it way safer for you to actually play inside of the bomb site or to play inside of Trump, while limiting the amount of angles that they're allowed to have onto you. Then come into Trump, barricade the second most rightward window right here, castle barricade the window next to that, and then normal barricade the one next to that. You castle barricade the one in the middle because that's the most common one that people will shoot through, while the other two ones can be just normal barricaded, and because you're playing in here, this will at least give you a sound call when they try to break it. I leave this one open because it gives me a rotate option if I want to contest ATMs, so having this open is a must for castle. The final castle barricade is completely optional to what you want. Personally, however, I like to barricade the stock double door just like this. And then I'll put head holes on stock here, paired up with head holes in the conference desk right here, and now I can watch anybody trying to walk in stock through these head holes. You can put a prox alarm on marble to watch your run up, as well as a prox alarm on the chandelier if they try to come up these stairs, and now you have all of your bases covered. Let's move on to his FBI counterpart, Pulse, where you'll be playing dining and kitchen on Villa. As Pulse, it's pretty important that you don't get spotted here, so make sure that you start camping drone holes to shoot things or going to laundry to hide. Either way, you just don't want to get spotted. Once the initial drones are kind of dead, you can then start reinforcing because you don't really have much else to do in the prep phase. Personally, I'll reinforce the pantry wall. I'll reinforce the middle China wall. I'll reinforce one of these memorial walls, and then I'll reinforce these two site exterior walls. In terms of what the actual strategy is here, you want to pre-place your nitro cell exactly right here. And then the second the prep phase ends, get on your camera to see if anyone is spawning to go into master from this rappel. If they are, you can then get on your pulse scanner and watch them rappel. You're also able to watch if they get on the pantry window here, which is good for anybody roaming in the basement. And then if they hop into the closet and they try to run out of closet, which the closet door is right here, you can easily get a nitro cell kill from below, which usually nets me around actually 2 kills with 1 nitro cell because people love to stack in closet. It's a really easy strat to do. An even easier strat though is this dock strat for Emerald Plains in kitchen and dining. As dock immediately, you're just going to head upstairs. Put barbed wire in your orange hallway just like this, and then also put barbed wire in the conference room doorway just like this. Next, reinforce these 2 electrical closet walls. Then with your bailiff, destroy this floor right here. Now that you've destroyed this floor, you get a long angle onto anybody inside the main breach. I have a clip where I literally got an ace because I did this angle, so trust me, people do not know about it. The final steps of this strat would be optionally barricading this door, and then opening or reinforcing this hatch right here. If you decide to open this hatch, it gives you an easy rotate back to sight. And you can also open up the top of this reinforced wall here to get angles onto anybody inside of this hallway. So as long as you're holding long angles on this floor here, you should be fine. Speaking of holding long angles, let's talk about Rook, where his best strat will be on initiation on Theme Park. Rook is very good at holding tight angles, because if you get downed, because it's a tight angle, naturally you have cover in front of you, so you have a safer self-revive. He also has an ACOG to further reinforce this long angle holding playstyle. And a site with a lot of long angles is this site. First of all, you have the long angle looking onto, obviously, the cafe door here. You have the long angle looking onto yellow stairs. You have an even longer angle from bunks looking onto the exact same thing. You can also sit in reception and have a long angle onto the cash double door, as well as a long angle looking onto top dragon. People typically will make a hole on this wall with a reinforcement on the left or vice versa, so now you have a long angle into cash, and all of these long angles have cover, which is perfect for self-reviving as Rook. My next operator is Capcan, where you'll be playing the basement site on Canal. The first Capcan trap will go on the site door right here. This will prevent anybody trying to rush from tunnel into site, because a lot of the times they won't look for a Capcan trap here, especially if they're rushing. The second Capcan trap will go on the bathroom door, for literally the exact same reason. Some people like to rush into site, and some people aren't as stupid and they'll rush into bathroom instead, all the while still hitting a Capcan trap. Now, I'm not personally a fan of spreading around my Capcan traps too much, which is why the next 3 Capcan traps are all going to go on this door next to reception right here. If you also barricade this door after putting your Capcan traps down and unbarricade it, the barricade left over leaves a sliver of X barricade that helps you cover up your Capcan traps even more, so now people are more likely to fall for it. And if you hear them shooting your Capcan traps, you can have a nitro cell prepped below that you use to kill them if they thought that one explosive wasn't enough. Let's move on to his Spetsnaz counterpart, Tachanka. The best site for Tachanka is Gym Bedroom on Clubhouse. This is due to the fact that there's simply so many holes to make that Tachanka just suits this site perfectly. Tachanka can make all of the feet holes necessary for this wall. He can make the rotate on the right here. He can reinforce this wall and put a rotate on the left right here. The vaultable bathroom rotate. The logi rotate right here in the middle of this wall. The other logi rotate that's vaultable right here. The head holes for construction. And I haven't even used up one full mag yet. You can also make a rotate to red stairs right here if you plan on playing that. Some people even like to make head holes on this wall for whatever reason too. So again, I haven't reloaded once yet, and I was able to do all of this with Tachanka. So this is definitely a great Tachanka site. Not to mention the actual lineups you can get with his fire right here through these head holes. You can shoot fire through the feet holes to deny plants. You can shoot fire bouncing off of 2 walls to deny the main stairs right here. You can have fire that denies the actual wall by bouncing it off of this rotate right here. As you can see, there's just a lot you can do with Tachanka on this site. Someone who's perfect for this site, though, is Jaeger. Now, this is the basement of Bank. You'll put an ADS behind this desk right here, and a second ADS behind the same desk right here, with an observation blocker next to both of those ADSs. These 2 ADSs here will block both Ash charges trying to Ash open or Cali open the mirror here, so it's nice for protecting that. But if you don't even want to let them get in here, then your third ADS can go on the tunnel entrance right here. Pair this up with an observation blocker right behind this server rack, and now they can't even drone you when you're playing here, so you can get some free kills through this angle right there. Now, your final observation blocker will go on this doorway just like this. This observation blocker will stop Twitch drones from getting on this drone hole and zapping your mirror shortly after the prep phase ends, or at least make it a little bit harder for them to see exactly where they need to zap, so this observation blocker is great. Let's move on to his German counterpart, Bandit. The best Bandit solo queue strat is for top floor of Nighthaven Labs. First of all, in higher elo, it's pretty standard to have a rotate on the left side of this wall with a reinforcement on the right. The reason that they do this is so that you can vault into this room and then bandit trick this exterior wall right here. And that's just what you'll be doing. You'll be sitting here with a bandit battery on this wall, trying to bandit trick the other wall with your final remaining bandit battery. Now, why do I say the final remaining bandit battery? That's because your first 2 bandit batteries are actually going to go on the IT wall right here, and you want them on the outside of the wall, that way they have to get disabled by 2 EMP grenades and not 1. Now, this wall, believe it or not, is so hard to keep closed because they can play below from the window over here, and they just have so much utility. So, honestly, just putting bandit batteries here to waste time, not really keep the wall closed, is pretty much the only thing you can do. Which is why instead I recommend that you trick this wall. Now, if you ever get pressured off of this wall, whether they're about to open it, they're running through the hallway, they're on this wall here, whatever it may be, then you can pick up this 1 bandit battery, use this rotate to come back into sight, then reinforce this wall right here, and now you can trick this double wall instead, so you're wasting a lot of time with bandit batteries and most of all, a lot of utility as well. Now that was just 10 out of 71 different operators that I'll be going over in today's video, and these strats get crazier and crazier as the video goes on, so make sure you stick till the end to see it. The next operator of which being Frost, well, you'll be playing her on Kitchen on Coastline. Your first Frost mat is going to go behind this desk just like this. Then you're going to put a rotate from here into bathroom. Now, if any attacker sees that there's a rotate into bathroom, a lot of the times they'll take that as the golden opportunity to rush up over this desk to take bathroom through this rotate, but that's where you'll have a frost mat on the other side waiting for them. Next, put a frost mat under the kitchen window for pretty obvious reasons. Then put a frost mat under the sunrise bar right here. When attackers are pushing sunrise, they don't want to expose themselves to this door, so a lot of the times they'll vault over this bar here to avoid that angle, and they'll die to your frost mat. In terms of where your deployable shields go, you can put it on the bomb right here, which is pretty default and standard, so have fun playing Frost on this bomb site. The next operator is Valkyrie. Well, you'll be playing her in top floor bank. For the first camera, throw it on this spotlight right there. This Valkyrie camera can see all of lobby and even into loan office. It's a very good camera. For the next Valkyrie camera, throw it above this suitcase in the janitor hall right here. This camera can see into the actual stock hallway as well as the janitor door. For the final Valkyrie camera, throw it behind this plant of leaves right here. This will let you see anybody top square, and you can put a below nitro below this floor to kill people walking through the double door. The next operator is Caviera, where you'll be roaming for armory and throne. As Cav, immediately make your way upstairs. Most drones will be downstairs anyways, so you don't want to get droned out. Because you're already up here, you might as well get the sight hatch for your team. Once you've done this, you want to immediately hide somewhere, whether it be in a bathroom stall like this or behind a desk somewhere like here. It doesn't matter. You just want to hide so you don't get spotted. Then pick the ultimate hiding spot, which is behind this cash table. If people are trying to take vert for armory, they're going to have to come into this room, which means they're probably going to come from cash or top dragon, so you sitting behind this table means you'll be getting misdroned a lot, and you can easily sneak up on people and get some free kills. Next is Echo, where you'll be playing Kitchen on Cafe. For this, all you have to do is walk into this wheel and back coffee right here. Then break the glass on this shelf and put your crosshair in line with the bottom bar right here. Then throw your Echo drone inside of the cabinet. Once you've done this, you can drive your Echo drone inside of the cabinet here, and now it's completely hidden to the attacker eye. But if they try to plant behind the bomb chassis for a backside white wall take, you can just hop it out, put it on the roof, stun them, and then go for a kill. It's a very nice Echo camera. For the second Echo camera, come into the hallway right here. Then break the top of these two shelf doors just like this. Throw your Echo camera inside of the shelf right here, then drive it inside of the cabinet. Once you hear people pushing your double door, you can be sitting again in coffee right here. Get on your camera, and then once you hear them, you can push it out. Oh, why is it not pushing out? Then you can push your camera out just like this, and then hop it on the roof, stun them, and go for a kill. It's one of the best information strats out there. An even better informational strat is this mirror strat for Basement of Oregon. Firstly, reinforce the left side of the freezer wall right here. Then you can put a mirror facing freezer just like this. Pair this up with head holes right here, and now you have a great angle looking onto anybody in freezer. These head holes also serve a double purpose because people in freezer can now use them to hold laundry. The second mirror you're going to put down is actually not on the box wall here. It's on the right side of this closet wall here instead. Head holes here to watch anybody actually on main, and then you can throw a nitro cell if anyone's sitting in the left corner on the laundry machine to get a free kill. Now, the reason that you don't put a mirror on this wall is because people can easily open up this hatch and shoot it, whereas the other ones don't have any vert capabilities that they can use to shoot your mirrors open, making them a lot safer and more reliable. An even more reliable strat is this Legion strat for top floor border. As Legion, put your first trap on the left side of this east door here. Then put your next trap on the archives door here. Because you're not playing backsite, having the Legion mines on backsite first is great. That way you can actually have Legion mines recharging and available for you where you're actually going to be playing. Because if you open up a rotate right here, you're actually going to be playing inside of CC, or at least lightly roaming here. With a Legion mine somewhere on metal stairs for information, you now have all of your flanks covered if they try to push you from this bomb site. You can also optionally put feet holes along this wall, and now if anybody tries to get the wall open, you can shoot their feet as they're walking up. Other good Legion mines include the one on the right side of this door for your flank, one on this door for your rush in, and then if you do end up falling back to site, having a Legion mine on the armory door, and then also the door leading from top metal here are great options. Speaking of trap operators, let's go over Ella, where you'll be playing basement on Consulate. Firstly, you want to bring her shotgun. Make the necessary head holes on the site, like the head holes here, the head holes on the pipes wall here, the kitchen head holes, and even the site rotates as well. Then go to backside, where you'll actually be playing. Put an L-mine for the Visa stairs, an L-mine for the spiral staircase, and your final but most important trap inside of the tunnel for the basement. The reason this is so important is because if they try to push backside and swing you, you have a shotgun within super close distance to the information that that mine provides that you can swing off of and get free kills with. Now, if they don't end up pushing here, because you're playing so close to the mine anyways, you can just go up to it, pick it up, pull your pistol out, and now you have L-mines for both of the staircase that they could possibly use to flank you while you're holding the front side of the site instead. With the L-mine that you had earlier, you can throw it on the wall or on the yellow door, depends on where you want to do it, and then you have a deployable shield you can also put right here in the prep phase. It's an outstanding strat. An even better strat though is this Vigil strat for layer, where the site will be basement and you'll be roaming on the top floor. The reason this layer strat is the best visual strat there is right now is because layer is one of the biggest maps they've ever released. It's also new and very confusing, so if they try to roam clear you, you're going to waste a lot of time, which is actually what you're supposed to do as a roamer in the first place. So not only is this the best map for Vigil to do his job the most efficiently, but also it's very easy to get angles like this one that help you out at killing people in the process as well. Another strategy that can get you free kills is this Maestro strategy for the basement of bank. As Maestro, you want to bring the bailiff, and you're going to make holes just like this across the wall right here. These holes are great because you're going to put a Maestro camera high up on this wall like this. Then come back into the site and break this TV. Then put a Maestro camera on the TV anchor right here. You're going to hop on top of the desk and do the exact same thing from this TV as well. Now, if anyone tries to go for a plant in the default take right here, you have not just one, not just two, but all three Maestro cameras that are able to shoot the player that's trying to plant in the default location. You can also pair this up with observation blockers, maybe one behind this desk, one behind the bomb, and also one in front of these head holes for your other Maestro camera. And now they can't even drone out any of the cameras that you set down, which makes this Maestro strat almost impossible to attack against. A strat that's even more powerful though is this Alibi strat for top floor Oregon. As Alibi, you'll mainly be playing inside of Armory. So your first Alibi clone will go on the Armory window just like this. Then break the hatch here to allow you to have an easy escape route if they're pressuring you from all angles. You can also pair this up with prepping the window below here, so if they rappel on this window, you can hop down the hatch, then hop out the window and get a free kill. But that's not the main point of the strat. The main point of the strat is to make head holes on the master wall right here, and then head holes on the left side of the Armory wall just like this. This is so that you can sit inside of Armory and have a long angle onto anybody on the master balcony, making it a lot harder for them to take master control, which is crucial if you want to win on this site. If you also reinforce the right side wall right here, they can't get on your window and shoot you when you're on these head holes. As Alibi, you can put an observation blocker in front of the head holes for master and the head holes for Armory, and now they can't even drone this strat out. Pair this up with an Alibi clone behind this observation blocker, and another one behind these head holes for attic, with an observation blocker for trophy, and now they can't drone out any of your Alibi clones either, making this strat very, very powerful. Someone way less powerful though is Clash, but I still have a banger strat for you. As Clash, literally all you have to do is sit behind this skybridge desk right here and zap anybody that comes through the bridge. If they do come through the bridge, you zap them, you tell your teammates, hey, they're pushing the bridge, and now they can't push the bridge. It is arguably one of the most overpowered and kind of dumb strats that I've ever seen or gone against. Optionally as well, if they get on this window, you can now stand in front of this window, and now they can't shoot anybody through the window, making the angle completely useless. So it's like borderline overpowered. You can also put a deployable shield next to this wall here, and now you can show your face with your shield, then take your shield away, get on this deployable shield, and do the exact same thing, and swing them when they won't expect you to swing them with a tight pixel angle right here. It's a crazy broken strat for how simple and dumb it is. Let's move on to a better operator though, which is Cade, where you'll be playing basement on Chalet. As Cade, reinforce these two walls here in Wine. To electrify these walls, come upstairs into dining. Then, prone next to the dining table, shoot open a hole right here and throw your Cade Claw on the other end of the table inside the table, just like that. While you're up here, you might as well reinforce the hatch here also. Now, with that Electric Claw, these two walls are perfectly electrified. If you want another Cade Claw that's really broken for this hatch here, all you have to do is tear down this door and wait for the prep phase to end. Once the prep phase is ended, you can throw your Cade Claw in the corner just like that. Because there's so many angles that this doorway provides from the defenders to the attackers, they're never going to turn their crosshair to that pillar or else they die and get shot in the back. But as you can see, that Cade Claw perfectly electrifies this hatch. Next up is Mozzie, where your best strat is going to be on open area and kitchen for bank. As Mozzie, don't waste any of your pest in the actual site. This is a common mistake I see with Mozzie players. Never do this, and specifically don't do it on this site. Because the first thing you're going to do is come upstairs. Then reinforce the stock hatch just like this. Then reinforce the janitor hatch just like this. Once those hatches are reinforced and the prep phase is over, you're going to put your first pest in the janitor hall, somewhere around there. The next one on marble stairs. And your final pest will go on the banana stairs right here. Now, if they want to drone you at all, they can't, but you still have free range to roam and get some kills and deny info, which is what Mozzie is meant to do in the first place. Next up is Warden. Now, because the most common plant spot in probably all of the game is Archives, naturally the best site for Warden would be playing Archives to counter the smoke plant, which is why this is his best site. All you have to do is set Archives right here. They try to go for a plant, you lob your nitro cell over the desk, kind of like here, you get a free kill. They try to re-smoke it and go for the plant again, you activate your goggles and you wide swing them. It's a pretty easy strat and really understandable as to why you're playing him here in the first place. Next up is Oryx, where you're going to have your best solo queue strat in top floor of Chalet. First of all, just start opening hatches, making rotates with your bailiff, whatever you need to do to help your team out. You really specifically want to open up all of the hatches, and I mean like literally all of the hatches. Open up the master hatch here, open the trophy hatch, open the dining hatch, open the library box hatch, open the library hatch here, and then finally open up the fireplace hatch here. Having all of these hatches open in the prep phase makes it to where if you do want to go up a hatch to flank people, you won't be making a bunch of noise by opening the hatch, which makes your flank a lot more sneaky. But also, if your team is top floor, typically they have to rappel to get to the top floor, which gives you the run out option from going out of this wall and killing people who are rappelling on library. You can also run out the tunnel door here to kill people rappelled on the big window. If they're rappelling solar, you can run out this door here to kill people on the rappel and then use the hatch to jump back up into trophy, where you can use the hatch inside of kitchen to jump back up into master, just like... Come on, do it. There we go. Right here. So this is one of Oryx's best maps, but genuinely probably his best site in the entire game. The next operator is Malusi, where you'll be playing top floor of Karaoke and Tea in Geisha for Skyscraper. The first Banshee will go under the double window right here. If you reinforce the Geisha wall, the interior Geisha wall, and the single wall here on the left side of this Geisha wall, now you're able to safely sit inside of Geisha and swing off of this Malusi Banshee once they hop in the window. Your second Banshee will go on the right side of this drum door here. This will alert you if anybody is pushing from this door or from this staircase, both of which you can have a hole right here or down here to swing off of to get a kill onto anybody swinging either of these angles. And finally, if you have a head hole right here, which you should because you're picking off this reinforcement, then you can have a Malusi Banshee somewhere over here that covers the black stairs and that covers the black top walk-in that you can swing off of from this head hole. So it's a great solo queue strat for Malusi. An even better strat is this same map, but with a Rooney and the site of office instead. As a Rooney, make sure that you reinforce the middle samurai wall just like this and exactly from this side too. Because once you're able to do this, you can punch 2 holes in this reinforcement. Oh, come on, work with me. There we go. Just like this. And then you can put a bulletproof camera inside of these holes, just like that. And because it's inside the wall, it's much harder to shoot the sides consistently, so it makes it a little bit easier for this camera to stay alive. Your first actual Aruni gate will go on the minibar door here. Your second Aruni gate will go on the house door here. And your third Aruni gate will go on the site window here. These are the 3 most common places for people to throw utility and try to entrance into afterwards, so putting Aruni gates here naturally is just going to be the best fit. Someone a bit more aggressive though is Thunderbird. Now naturally Thunderbird's best map is going to be on a map that's very aggressive, because she's an aggressive fragger that has heals. And the site that I found that best suits her is Laundry and Piano on Outback. Your first healing station is going to go inside of the bathroom stall here. It's close enough to defenders where they can still safely get it, but not too close to where they accidentally heal it when somebody else needs more heals. The second Kona station is going to go on the left side of this laundry door here for the exact same reason. And then the third is going to go behind this black box in Piano. With these 3 Kona stations, if your teammates are anchoring and you're not, you'll still get some usefulness out of Thunderbird, but if you do decide to anchor, you'll get a lot of heals in very common positions that you'll be holding in the first place, which is why this is the best solo queue strat for Thunderbird. But let's move back to the basement of Chalet, where we'll be talking about Thorn. Your first Thorn trap is going to go on the top right of this double wall here. This makes it to where if they want to run in and go for a plant, this trap will activate and they'll run back out. Or they'll sit here and stick and commit to the plant where they'll meet another thorn trap behind the trash can. So they can either leave and hit the first one, or they can stay and hit the second one. But either way, it's a guaranteed kill, which is why this trap is so good. The final trap is completely optional. Personally, I like to put it on the blue stairs here to give myself a warning once somebody's pushed down the staircase. And you can also pair this up with barbed wire on blue stairs for even more of a sound call, and then barbed wire on the main stairs as well. Funny enough, the exact same site is also a zombie's best site. There's just way too many pixel angles that a zombie can create on this site for it to not be her best. So let's go over them. The first one you can get by putting in a zombie barricade on the top left of this desk here. As you can see, it creates this huge triangle that you can use to watch the door here. You can also get a second zombie barricade right here as well. That gives you another great angle onto the doorway, while also making it to where it's very tight for them to be able to walk into wine. This zombie barricade right here also allows you to be able to sit inside of sight and watch people coming down the blue stairs. And it slows them down a lot too, so it's just a great barricade. You can optionally also throw a barricade on top of this drone hole to stop them from droning. And then once the wall has been opened, you can throw one on the seat of the snowmobile and get a lot of cover once they've opened the wall. Now let's go to top floor Oregon. We'll be playing the most banned operator in Siege, Fenrir. Your first Fenrir mine, if he's somehow unbanned, will go on the keg right here, which covers anybody walking up through attic. You can also put barbed wire right here as well, and then open up the hatch to funnel them even more. The second Fenrir mine will go on the side of this bear right here. Pair this up with head holes, and you can sit in attic with this mine active and swing anybody who swings way too deep into trophy. Your third Fenrir mine will go on top white here. Pair this up with barbed wire just like this and activate the mine, and now if they try to walk up white stairs, it's a death trap. You can play off of that one and this Fenrir mine at the exact same time by sitting behind this bunk, so if they hop in the big window, you can swing and kill them. The only angle now that's uncovered is this breach, where you can put a Fenrir mine inside of the target display here, and if they walk in through the breach, they'll be done for. So it is arguably his best strat in the entire game. Moving on to our final defender of the video, let's talk about Turbo. If you've ever played Siege before, you know that most likely this wall is going to get opened. But with Turbo canisters lasting 12 seconds each, you can waste a lot of time before that happens. The only issue is some walls, when you Turbo them, you're exposed to a lot of danger. But with this one specifically, you can sit top red, Turbo it from afar, with no danger, and keep this wall closed for as long as possible. And you can also open up holes on the soft wall here before you reinforce it so that you can hear better. With that out of the way, let's move on to the attackers. The first of which being Sledge. The best strat with Sledge is attacking Gym Bedroom on Clubhouse. This is because typically people will castle off all three of these site windows, and as Sledge, all you have to do is Sledge 1, Sledge 2, and Sledge 3, and now that's 3 castle barricades out of 4 completely gone. Then you can rappel up to the ceiling, just like this, and Sledge open the Logi hatch right here, and now you've created tons of pressure on the site with just 4 swings of a hammer, which is super powerful. You can also grenade to the door right here after droning your left, drop down, and now you have logic control for absolutely free. It's that easy with just the best Sledge strat for solo queue. Let's move on to his SAS counterpart, Thatcher, where you'll be attacking the basement of Nighthaven Labs. The one thing about this site that sucks is usually they'll have a bandit or a mute on this wall, and then a Kate or a bandit on this wall, which is 2 walls your hard breachers have to worry about, which means you need at least 2 sets of EMPs, and you can't rely on your teammates in solo queue to do that. Instead, just bring Thatcher, which makes getting these walls a lot easier, which makes taking the site super easy, and because you did that, now your teammates have the hardest part about attacking the site completely taken care of. Next up is Ash, where you'll be attacking main stairs for the basement side of Oregon. Because there's typically a mirror here, one Ash charge can completely take care of that mirror. So that's why this is the best Ash strat. Not only this, but you can also open up the hatch for a rush, or you can rush in through the main door, rush in through garage. So if you want to do an Ash rush, this is arguably the quickest and most effective one to do, because you can Ash open this and then rotate up freezer stairs and Ash open the other mirror that's right here as well. Moving on to our FBI counterpart, let's talk about Thermite, where you'll be attacking Initiation on Theme Park. As Thermite, being wary of your runouts, rappel onto the break room windows here and open one of them. Once you've droned up break room, bunks, the arcade hallway, and the hallway to your right, you can hop inside of break room. Once you're here, if this soft wall is, of course, not shotgunned open, put a Thermite charge on the wall just like this. And now even if these 2 walls are reinforced and electrified, it won't matter because the proximity of this explosion will explode the wall anyway, essentially making any bandit or arcade strat they have completely useless. Now you can get your smoke grenades, smoke grenade the left side double door here, and run in for a plant behind the shrine just like that. Next up is Twitch. Now, we talked about the common mirror strat and Maestro strat for the basement of bank earlier. To counter this, all you need to do is throw a Twitch drone into the drone hole that's right here. Once you go all the way through this drone hole, you'll come out the other side right here. You can then zap the common mirror for absolutely free, zap the default camera, then go through vault with your Twitch drone through this doorway, go all the way through vault, go into gold, and from this hallway here, you can zap the second mirror. And now you've gotten both mirrors for absolutely free just because you spawned near a drone hole. It's absolutely broken. Let's move on to our French counterpart, Monty. The best strat with Monty for solo queue is pushing rafters for the CC objective on Clubhouse. As Monty, just extend your shield and walk up the rafter stairs once your teammates have the wall open. If your teammates have the wall open and you're pressuring the Azami on the staircase, she has to choose between facing a shield that's running at her that's going to knife her, or somebody with a gun shooting her in the face. And either way, if she kills you or she kills the guy on the wall, the next person is just going to refrag them. Once you've taken rafters, which should be extremely easy for you to do, all you have to do is throw a smoke grenade onto the door, and through these head holes, you can throw a smoke grenade onto the other door, and then just plant behind the bomb chassis right here. And now you have a free round because you chose to play Monty. The next operator is Glaz, where the best strat that you can do is attacking kitchen on coastline. As Glaz spawn in, shoot the default camera right here, then upside down rappel on this doorway. What you'll want to do is throw a smoke grenade. Oh, I didn't bring smoke, but you get the idea. Just throw a smoke grenade close to you, kind of right here. Then you can see through that smoke and shoot anybody on the bomb, on the doorway, on the little pixel right here behind the bomb, on the rotate. It doesn't matter. You just get a lot of free kills doing this because idiots will sit here and just peek you, when in reality, you're going to win every gunfight if you don't grenade yourself like I just did there. Now let's move on to his Spetsnaz counterpart, Fuse. As Fuse, you'll be attacking the basement of Chalet. First, rappel up to the K9 balcony. Then, you're going to put a fuse charge as high up on the double window on the left side as you possibly can. Then, fuse the window. Then put a fuse hole on the exact same hole that you just made. What this will essentially do is give you vert onto anybody inside of fireplace, but that's not actually like the main objective of what you're trying to do here. Because your third fuse charge is going to go on this metal pipe like this. Then activate the fuse charge. You can do the exact same thing, but just one more time. And now you have these crazy vert angles from top fireplace onto anybody sitting inside of sight, which is super, super powerful. Next, let's move on to IQ, where you're going to be attacking Aviator in games, but from below. The reason this is the best solo queue strat as IQ is because the majority of the floor for the site right here is completely soft, whether it be the floor for Vault, the floor for games, the floor for Aviator or under the Mira, and the floor for anybody who is behind the bar. You get a lot of soft floor that you can work with to deny any utility. People also love to play Capcan here, Valkyrie here, Fenrir here, and there's default cameras that you can get from below, so it's just one of the best places you can play as IQ if you want to play below for utility. Moving on to her German counterpart, let's talk about Blitz. As Blitz, the best solo queue strat that you can do is rushing the elbow on Oregon, the exact same place we talked about for our smoke solo queue strat. What you can do as Blitz with the shield rework change is throw your smokes from behind your shield. So you can throw a smoke grenade for the head holes here and the door here. Once you've ensured that your right is completely clear, you can just run at the person behind the shield, flash them, and get a free kill when they're retreating. So you've essentially taken one of the hardest places to take on this map within the first 30 seconds of the round. Once you're here, you can use this rotate to get in sight and cause even more mayhem. Or once you've killed the elbow player, leave that to your team, come all the way over here and pressure the kid inside of pillar just like this. Flash him, get a kill when he runs away. Come into here if there's a kid in sight. Flash him, get a kill when he's running away. Then you can get the bomb down here. If you still have a smoke left over, you can smoke off the double door and protect the person who's planting. If they try to run up, flash him, shoot him down. It's very, very easy to do. The next operator is Buck. The best strategy for Buck is bucking above for the kitchen site on Cafe. You can buck through the first layer of wood here, and then the second layer of wood inside of Train to get multi-level vert on anybody playing inside of kitchen, which is super powerful because there's so much metal protecting you, while you can still clearly see them for absolutely free. Once you're done with that though, you can just easily drop this hatch here, and then you can play vert normally on the floor just like this. There's also another really good angle where if you get on this floor and shotgun open this wall, you can see anybody inside of coffee. And you can also shotgun open this hallway here to see anybody bottom red or in coat check or in the hallway. So this is arguably Buck's best solo queue strat in the entire game. Speaking of cafe strats, let's go over Blackbeard. For the strat, you'll be attacking top floor cafe. When you spawn in, bring claymores. Claymore off these two windows here so that they can't run out on you. Then get on the ticket window. On this window, you can contest anybody sitting pixel or on the bathroom headholes. Once that's clear or your team has the wall open, you can drop the hatch or rappel in the window. Dropping the hatch is probably safer. And then you can start to contest piano and all of the holes in piano. Sitting on this doorway as well and holding a long angle onto stacks or white stairs is a great option because holding tight angles as Blackbeard is your job anyways. Once your teammates try to go for the plant behind the bar here, you can also get on this doorway and hold tight angles onto the double door, onto this double door. You can get in cigar and hold a tight angle into freezer. Either way, you can just hold a lot of tight angles in this bomb site specifically. So this is why this is one of the best solo queue strats for Blackbeard in the game. Next up is Capitao. The best place you can attack as Capitao is CC on Clubhouse. As Capitao, make sure you have hard breaching charges because the first order of business is rappelling onto these garage walls right here. Once you're repelled, get a hard breaching charge and put it on the top right of this wall, just like this. This will allow you to get a super long angle onto anybody inside of this part of rafters, whether it be on the actual R90 or on the window. You get a cool angle that you can use. The second hard breaching charge will go on the bottom left of this garage wall here. If you put it low enough, whenever it explodes, you don't actually have to vault through it. You can just walk through it, which is actually pretty cool. It allows you to shoot the default camera, but more importantly, you can get your fire bolts out and fire rafters just like this. And now anybody inside of rafters will be on fire and they'll have to run away, allowing you, the person on the door or the person on the wall, to get a free kill and take rafters for absolutely free. Once you've taken rafters, pull out your smoke canister out. What you're going to do here is completely smoke off the red door so your teammates can go in for a plant. Then smoke off around this high, the other door. Now you can see anybody's legs, but if they were to walk into the smoke, even if they were crouched, they couldn't see you back. This is called a one-way smoke, and yes, with Capitao, you can get it in Siege. Next is Hibana, where you'll be attacking the basement of Bank. First, break open this barricade and then come into main lobby. Make sure your pellets are on the 4 pellet mode, just like this, and then you can open up this hatch. Then walk over to elevator and put pellets on that hatch too. Now, with the press of a button, you have 2 of the backside hatches for basement open for absolutely free. Once you've done this, you can destroy the default camera, drone out your marble to make sure no one's holding an angle on you, and then come into open area. You can then open this hatch, and then open this hatch, and now you still have 2 pellets left over to spare, while still being able to open 4 different hatches for sight. With these hatches open, you have a lot of pressure. You can pressure people who are behind the bomb, who are on the mirror, who's in the hallway right here. It's just really nice to have. The cool thing about it too is you don't even need to drop the hatch or plant the bomb. If your teammates are getting this wall open and they plant the bomb here, a good thing to do with the remaining 2 pellets is destroy the soft hatch here. You can destroy this soft hatch and then just sit on this hatch here, and if they try to defuse the bomb, you can shoot them, granted if this wall of course is open. Next up is Jackal, where you'll be attacking the top floor to roam clear for Armory. As Jackal, firstly rappel up to the cache balcony right here. Rappel into the cache balcony, then open up the cache door. Then drone in. Once you've droned out all of cache, you've droned out all of bathroom, and you've droned out the hallway to your left, activate your footprint scanner. If there's no footprints leading to this desk, you know it's clear. If there's no footprints leading into reception, then you know that all of vault is clear. And if you go to top dragon and you notice there's no footsteps leading from top dragon into the comms room, then you know that all of upstairs is clear all the way up to this double door here. But that's fine. We don't really need to worry about this because as Jackal with the shotgun, you can start playing vert on site right here. Playing vert on site is powerful because not only do you allow attackers on your team to have angles that you can use to get kills, but you can also track people who are on site for your teammates to kill when they're trying to get the bomb down. Also, this is one of the most roam heavy maps in the game, so playing Jackal here in general, even if you're not going to play vert, makes roam clearing more efficient, which is important on a map, again, that people love to roam on, which is why this is the best solo queue Jackal strat in the game. Next up is Ying. As Ying, you're going to be attacking the basement of Canal. Come to Scuba and break open this single window here. Then you can get on top of this box, and if you stand up, you now have a long angle into bathroom you can use to get some free kills. Once you've gotten a free kill or it's been long enough, break the second window to your right. With this window broken, you can smoke in front of you, just like this, and then once the smoke goes off, you're able to hop in. Then, immediately, just drop the ladder here. Once you're here, you can get a Ying Candela, and then cook it all the way to 2 bars, hop up the ladder, and then it should explode whenever you get up. You don't want to cook it immediately because then the blinds will wear off by the time you reach the top of the ladder, so just cook it 1 to 2 bars, and then anybody in bathroom or in the stalls will be blind, so you can get some free kills and free control. Next, you can easily smoke off your right, just like this, get the default camera, and with your remaining yin candelas, you can take control of sight and get a free plant down. It's really risky, and it's pretty hard to do, but as long as you're good at the game, you can be good at the strat and win pretty easily with it. Next on the chopping block is Zofia, where you'll be attacking the top floor of Chalet. First, hop into Library Balk after shooting the default camera. Then open up both of the library windows. Typically, people will play a zombie and put in a zombie barricade behind this bookshelf. You, as Zofia, can break that zombie barricade for free. Then what you can do is shoot a stun into anybody on top fireplace. That will explode onto anybody on the actual balcony, and now you know if anyone's in the balcony, and if they are, they're stunned, and now you can hop in, get some free kills, and take control of library for pretty much free. It's the quickest way that I've found to take library, especially if they have a zombie playing here trying to hold down control. Next up, we have Dokkaebi. One of the best strats for Dokkaebi is clearing out most of small tower. What you can do is you can drone out the top small tower right here, make sure no one's top small tower, make sure no one's bottom small tower, and then you can phone call once you reach bottom small tower right here. When you phone call, you will be able to hear anybody within like a huge radius of you, and if you don't hear any phones ringing, you know no one's in shower, you know no one's in dining, you know no one's in kitchen, you know no one's in comms room, you know no one's bottom white, you know no one's in Z hall. So you just cleared out half of the entire map with one phone call within the first 30 seconds of the round, which allows you to fast push up white with a second phone call that you can use to see wherever they are to be able to get a free kill. Pair this up with flash grenades where they commonly will sit, and now you can take control of sight if you want to do a rush plant. Next up is Finka. The best push you can do with Finka is for pushing top floor and consulate. As Finka, rappel up to the roof. Once you're here, drone in through the skylight to top yellow. Make sure all of your yellow stairs here is clear. Make sure your baguette hall is also clear. Make sure the closet is here. Make sure the closet is clear. The site is clear. Once you've done that, you can activate a Finka boost, drop the yellow hatch, and just start pre-firing with your LMG as much as possible to get free sight control once you've droned it out and made sure that it's clear. Even if it's not clear because you have an LMG, if you drop the skylight with a Finka boost, you can just spray with your LMG and there's nothing they can do because you just have so much ammo. Next, talk about Finka's friend, Lion. As Lion, what you'll do, firstly, is rappel up to Cafe, because you'll be attacking the top floor of Cafe. Firstly, open up this window. You can use a Lion scan to make sure everybody's sitting still, so you might be able to get a free kill in Pillar if you have a drone right here in the prep phase. If not, though, then just continue rappelling up here, because with your DMR, you're able to open up both of the site hatches, which is important because my solo queue teammates, for one, don't open hatches for shit. Once you're here, drone out all of red. Make sure that you drone out all of new hatch, cigar box, piano, anybody on Shiko, anybody in bar, because then all you're going to do is you're going to drop, and then you're going to go new hatch, and the second you drone out anybody and you spot them, you're just going to scan, and because you're scanning, they're going to sit still. Then you can pre-fire them. That's how you play Lion, but it's really good on this side specifically because all of the defender positions are really just out in the open. Like Heaven, out in the open. Anybody in Cigar, out in the open because of the double door. Anybody in Freezer, out in the open because of these doors. Anybody in Bar, out in the open because of this door, right? So if they're out in the open and they're sitting still with a Lion scan and you droned them, you get the most easy pre-fires of your life, which is why this is the best Lion strat for your solo queue ranked games. Next up is Maverick, where you're going to be attacking the bar site for Chalet. To do this, first of all, make sure that your prep phase drone is somewhere inside of the basement, whether it be in wine or whether it be in blue. Those are your two options, because your prep phase drone is going to allow you to get a cam in one place, while your second drone will allow you to get a cam in a different place. So you can quickly and efficiently drone out the basement for your next step, which is just mavericking into the basement. Once you've maved a hole into the basement, just like this, and shut out the default camera, all you have to do is go up this staircase, reload your torch, and then open up a wall right here immediately. Once this wall is open, you can peek it, and usually, it's like an 8 out of 10 chance, but usually, you will catch a Mira just sitting with her Johnson in her hand right here for absolutely free. I don't know why it works so often, but because of the distance from the Mira to this mav hole, they can't actually hear the mav hole being made. I don't know why, but it's almost always a free kill because they're either on their cams or they're never expecting someone to be in the site so early, so they're just, you know, AFK on TikTok, whatever it may be. It's a free kill a lot of the times, which is why I find this is the best solo queue Maverick strat, because it's a guaranteed free kill. Who wouldn't do this? For the next operator, let's talk about Nomad, where you'll be attacking the top floor of Cafe. I know I keep talking about this site, but I just love attacking this site. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. Hate me. But anyways, your first air jab is going to go for these two double windows, just like this. It's very common for people to run out of these double windows, so having an air jab here is really helpful for your team if they're trying to repel. Speaking of repelling, your next step is you're going to repel. Open up this window, try to see if you can get a quick kill. If you can't, then get on the roof, because that's not really your job anyways. Once you're on the roof, you're immediately going to go to the other side of the roof where you will be playing. Once you're here, repel off of this roof, get your air jab out, and air jab exactly below this window, but above the door. That way, if they try to run out from either, they'll get air jab. Then get off the repel and air jab below this window. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get on generator, and you're going to shoot open this part of the window and immediately try to see if you can get a kill on anybody who's sitting on Pixel. If you can't, that's fine. It's not the point of the strat, because the point of the strat is to repel on this window. Now you have both of your runouts covered and your teammates' runouts covered, so now you can sit on this window and do a lot of damage. If they ever have a mirror on this wall, it's absolutely free for you. If they ever have a mirror on that wall, it's absolutely free for you. This strat specifically is meant to counter the mirror, but even if there isn't a mirror, you can kill anybody who's sitting inside of Cocktail. You can kill anybody rotating Freezer, anybody top white. It's really nice if your teammate is doing a normal take so that you can sit in the backside and give them support. You can flash people for them. You can flash people who are in the site and then hop in. You can just get really, really nice, nasty, tight angles. It's just a great strat if you want to be more supportistic for your team. Speaking of flank watch operators, let's talk about Gridlock. If you're attacking the Aviator bomb site on Villa, doing a backside take with Gridlock is great. If you drone out Closet, you drone out Master, you drone out Bathroom, you drone out Aviator, you drone out Statue, Trophy, whatever it is, just drone it out. Then you can put your first Gridlock track somewhere on the Astro stairs. Your second set of Gridlock tracks can go in the middle of the red stairs, just like this. And now both of the staircases they could possibly use to flank you when you're taking backside, they can't do anymore. And if they do, you'll hear it and you can get the kill. Next, what you'll do is you'll destroy the default camera here and take 90. You'll take 90 because you're actually going to Gridlock track your hallway just like this. Doing this makes it to where they can't flank you from this side of the map either, because the actual side of the map you'll be taking is the Aviator side right here. As Gridlock, if you have smokes, you can smoke off this double, put Gridlock tracks here, and then plant on the doorway just like this. Very easy to do, especially if you have solo queue teammates who are pushing the front side, which they usually do, to add even more pressure. And because of how good this is for solo queue, I find this is the most consistent Gridlock strat that I'm able to do in my ranked games. Next, let's talk about Nook. Now, as Nook, one of the many things that is good about Nook is she can dodge cameras. The most amount of cameras in one place usually is bank lobby. So the best place that you can use Nook in a solo queue setting is in lobby and bank. You can just sneak up without destroying any of these cams up the banana stairs, and because people aren't smart enough to sit lower lobby, you can get a lot of free kills by literally just walking in sight and shooting people because the Valkyrie can't see you. It's so broken, and it works almost every single time that I do it, which is why I think it's definitely Nook's best solo queue strat. Next, let's talk about Amaru. She's not typically seen as a viable operator, but you can make her viable with this solo queue strat for attacking Geisha for the upstairs site in Skyscraper. What you do is first, you just Amaru up to the balcony right here. You can normal repel if you want to, doesn't really matter. Then break this barricade and send a drone through right here. Once you've broken this barricade fully and you've droned out all of the downstairs site so that you know it's clear, you can then hop into barbecue. Once you're here, pull out your Amaru gadget and make sure that Geisha is clear. Whether your teammates have droned it, you've droned it, whatever it is. Even if it's not clear, that's fine. Amaru up the hatch and just send it. And then you can kill anybody in Geisha, and now you have Geisha control because you Amaru'd up a hatch, which no one will expect. This might seem dumb because it's a 50-50 shot whether you're living or whether you're dying, but if you're playing Amaru, you're taking that chance in the first place anyways, so who cares? Another operator that's not great is Callie, but with this strat, you can make her a little bit better. All you're going to do is you're going to sit Ruins and Coastline. It's a pretty common strat, but everybody loves to play Castle and Azami on this strat. So if you see an Azami barricade, you can get your Callie lance open and shoot it. If you see the comment deployable shield that's in vase, get your Callie lance out and shoot it. If you see that they have Azami also with a Callie, you can just shoot it with your normal gun too now that Azami has been nerfed. If you can't see any from Ruins, then all you have to do is rappel onto the actual site window, and then you can shoot this open and then shoot the Azamis. So either way, if you want to get rid of Azami, this is a great strat to do it. Next up is Yana. Now, a huge issue with Outback is there's not a lot of safe places you can go without the defenders being able to just shoot you, but Yana clones make this a lot easier, at least to scope out where they are so you can get a refrag. If you want to attack party and office, per se, on this strat, if you do that, you can just Yana clone all of restaurant, you can Yana clone all of Shark stairs, then you can just run up the stairs like this, maybe throw a flash grenade on top Shark through, you know, this little like wooden chase here, and then you can just run up and now you have Shark control. It's pretty easy as long as you utilize the clones, and because of these huge arches above these walls, like these arches here, you can throw flash grenades from the other side of these arches after you drone people out, and now anybody in the site right here is completely blind because you just have these huge archways. So Yana clone in, get information, flash people behind desks, and then walk in and get a kill. As you can see, damn, I'm full white. That really works. Holy. Next up is Ace, and the best solo queue strat that you can do with Ace is attacking top floor Oregon. It's pretty easy to sit outside of a balcony where nobody can shoot you, and you're still able to get a wall open from absolute safety. Not only this, but if you get the master wall open and you take master and top main, you can get the attic wall open here, which allows you to rotate into attic. Also, now that you have this wall open, you can put an ace charge at the bottom of it to make it actually walkable, or you can put an ace hole here, shoot out the other ace charge, and now you have head holes that can contest white stairs, which makes the hardest part about going through this wall just completely gone. Now, you can get the default plant, and you've made a bunch of rotates for yourself to be able to cover that default plant, which is why this ace strat in particular is so good. The next attacker is Zero. Now, as Zero, you're going to be getting a bunch of really good cameras for attacking the top floor of Canal. Your first camera is going to go on this light pole, just like this. That camera there can see through these windows into sight, and they can't do anything about it because they probably won't find it, so it's just a free sight camera for you. For your next Zero camera, rappel next to this vent, and shoot the Zero camera right here. Then you can get off the rappel. Once you've opened up this window here, this Zero camera can see directly into the window, which gives you a long line of sight onto anybody inside the site. So now you have two sight cameras that they probably will not find. From here, if your team hasn't opened the wall, you're able to do it for them, or you can make your way into 90 through the windows or through this door and open up the 90 walls and just create pressure. Your final two Zero cameras, you can have one for the red stairs and also one for the green stairs, and now you have cameras for every possible staircase flank and cameras inside that they won't find, as well as a wall open, which pretty much spells a 1 round for you. Your next operator is going to be Flores. Like Cali, this is a strat for attacking the top floor bomb site of Coastline. Firstly, what you'll do by spawning pool is rappel up to the hookah window. Once you've broken the window, you can get any ADSs or mute jammers next to this door. But that's not really the strat, because for the strat, you're going to be on the roof. Why do you want to be on the roof? Well, if there's a zombie barricades in sight, or there's a deployable shield that's sitting in vase, you can literally just get your Flores drone, hop it down this vent, and now for free, you just took down that deployable shield. Or if you turn it into sight, you took down the zombie barricades. And if they see that coming, or they have a mute jammer on those stairs, you can do the exact same thing, but through this site door instead. Come all the way down here, go through the door, and get the zombie barricade that's right here, or get the one that's hookah bar. You get the idea. But Flores on this site is just the better version of Cali, pretty much. If you want to play Flores, I'd recommend that over Cali, but it's still a great solo queue strat nonetheless. The next operator is Osa. Now, as Osa, the best solo queue strat you can do is putting Osa shields on either side of this box right here whenever the wall is opened for the consulate basement. One on the right and one on the left. With EMPs as well, it makes it very easy. Oh, I have claymores, but you get the idea. With EMPs, it makes it really easy to get this wall open so that you can sit on one of them and your hard breach can sit on the other, and it makes contesting this wall way easier and arguably more attacker-sided than defender-sided. The next operator is Sens, and now that you have a thing that lets you know exactly where Sen's gadget is going to land, it makes Sens way more viable. Now, the best strat that I can think of is for top floor cafe. If you want to completely make it to where no defender can contest you planting right here, all you have to do is throw a Sen's gadget literally just like that, and then you can go all the way to new balcony, go to Shaiko, and get the bomb down, and now nobody can see you at all. You can also do the exact same thing, but from on top of the table too, just for style points. You don't need to do that, but it does kind of look cool, and it makes it look more intentional, while still allowing people who are on this wall to cover you if they're trying to push you from freezer, so you can get the plant down. The next operator that's just as bad is Grim. Just kidding. I think Grim is a little bit better than Sens, but you get the idea. We're going to be attacking the rafters of Nighthaven Labs with this strat. What you can do is you can get on this door and shoot Grimbees into rafters, but that's a bit dangerous. So instead, I actually recommend that you go through the window right here instead after shooting this default camera, and then you can kind of do the same cat Capitao strat on Clubhouse, but as Grim, where you shoot Grim B canisters into rafters like this to make sure that nobody is in rafters that you don't know about. So then you can walk up here and then kill people for free once your team is on the wall and ready to shoot them with you. The best thing about this part as well is you have a bailiff. So if they have, you know, a rotate here, or if they don't have a rotate there, sorry, then you can make a rotate here and now you have side control. Or if this is reinforced, you can get hard breaching charges and open up the wall, and then you have side control. If you're not sure if there's a guy sitting in sight, you can then Grim B it. Or if you know there's someone pillar, you can Grim B them. But you get the idea. Grim is just really good on this site for taking rafters and taking that site, so you can take this site. The next operator is Brava. As Brava, this is for attacking the Aviator Games bomb site on Villa, but it can also be used for attacking the Trophy Statue bomb site as well. As Brava, the first thing you're going to do is hide behind this pillar. Then drive your Brava drone through this drone hole and immediately hack the 90 camera and then leave the drone hole. They can't do anything about this because you can leave the drone hole and still hack the camera. As you can see by me getting on the default camera right here, it's still hacked. So, I mean, this is really powerful. Not only that, but this is the best default camera in the entire map. So having this hacked for you is crucial if you want to attack successfully. It acts as a flank camera if you're attacking Statue and Trophy, or it acts as an informational camera if you're trying to attack Aviator Games and you need 90 control. Once you've done that, you can get your Super Shorty out and break open this window right here. Then throw your drone through the same drone hole, and then if there is a Fenrir or a Capcan, you can hack the Capcan trap here, hack the proximity alarm or the Fenrir mine here, the Fenrir mine here, any ADSs or Wamai discs that are here, anything over here. You get the idea. Just start hacking stuff, and that's pretty much it for the strat. Just hack things. The next attacker is Ram. As Ram, the first thing you're going to do is throw a Ram gadget through this window and activate it, because you're going to be playing vert for bathroom on border. Now, for whatever reason, the floor on this bathroom floor is really glitched. Like, sometimes you'll be able to actually destroy it with a shotgun and with a Ram device, and sometimes you won't be able to. It's really, really inconsistent. Now, for some reason, I'm able to, but you get the idea. If it doesn't work, just keep trying. You'll get it eventually. But now you have vert for most of bathroom, but you can get even more vert with the second Ram device right here, which will give you the remaining vert for bathroom. It'll also make you a rotate like the other one did, and it'll give you all of the vert for the hallway as well. So these are two Ram devices that give you a lot of cover. The third one you're going to put down right here, and it's going to give you vert all the way through this doorway. Combine that with your ability to open up this hatch here, and now you have vert for even anybody trying to extend into workshop. So you can use all of this vert to your liking to get as many kills as possible. If your team is able to open up this hatch, which they usually do, then you're able to smoke off the rotate here. You're able to smoke off your doorway to your left if there's a hole here. If not, you can just drop and then smoke it off. And now you have a completely safe plant right here. So you essentially made it to where you have vert on the entire site and a free plant just because you did this one insane solo queue strat.